Hey, what is going on everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Noah Shaw or Fordsixfo, and today we have the part 8 of building my dream shop house slash ranch series. And today we're gonna get a ton of work knocked out on the ranch, continuing to haul a ton of cedar in for the solid cedar post fence all the way on the front of the entire property. So let's go ahead and jump right into it and start getting all the cedar hauled in and getting started on the fence. And if you missed out on the last video, we kind of finished most of the electrical for inside the shop house. So make sure y'all see all of the previous videos of the series before starting on this one. Coming up into the shop house, we wrapped up all of the electrical inside the house finally. And as you can see, there is just a ton of leads coming in for all the electrical from the house that are gonna go to the panel box, and we're gonna wire that panel box to the one downstairs to the power supply. But every single outlet, power box, and light drop in the entire house is complete. So it's kind of time to move on to the insulation and then all of the wiring in the shop downstairs as well as all the drops for the ceiling fans, and everything in all the rooms is all complete and neatly tucked away and wired so we can easily put the insulation in with no issues. And yes, we're gonna be swapping the panel box in here because as you can see, it kind of recesses out a little bit. So we're gonna swap it to an interior box and put that one for the downstairs shop wiring. But super nice and neat. All of the wires are gonna be hidden once everything is insulated, and then we move on to the drywall, and you can see just everything is finally wired up. And that's just one step closer to finishing the shop house, which really gets me excited because not before long, we're finally gonna have some closed in walls and everything all finished up inside up here. And last thing to do before we insulate is gonna be to add all of the vents for the restrooms, which I got finally from the store downstairs. And for the patio outside the back deck, we ran all of the wires in a nice conduit to give us 2 spots to mount some nice lights for out here on the deck. But I'm very excited to say all of the wiring inside the house is complete, and we can finally move on to the downstairs and the shop wiring and then start insulation and to the rest of the process up here as far as cabinets, installation, and then moving on to everything else. For the bathroom vents, I went ahead and got some that combo with the complete LED light, and the other one who actually has a speaker and a full LED RGBW light as well. And as well, today we're going to be starting with all of the plumbing. So we got all of our fittings and connections that we're going to need and our pipe for the main feed. All right guys, we have been working for days on this part of the project, but I'm pretty excited to show you the progress we've made so far in the first 2 days of assembling the entire fence. So let's check it out. So as you can see, we finally have a nice privacy fence full of cedar posts the entire way along, and we've made it about halfway along the entire property. And if you missed one of the last videos, we picked up this new 7.3 because we sold my blue one, and as you can see, the fence line is just looking insanely amazing. We've got a solid privacy fence the entire way. We went all the way up to the center gate right here, and we're ready to finally make some custom gates for there. And then we got a little bit more progress knocked out on the right side here, but we still have a long stretch to go. I'd say we're a little bit more than halfway done with the fence, and it's been about 2 days of work. So we're gonna start hauling all these posts right here down a little bit further and leaning them up in against the fence so we can start tomorrow finishing tying up the rest of these posts. So far I've dumped about 2 loads of cedar post out here, and it's gone quite a bit of ways, more than I would have thought, and we've gone through about 10 looms of wire tying up all of the fence. And you can just see how good of a job we really did on this, all on the top and the bottom, and then the ones by the pole, we doubled them up. And we went ahead and cut all of the extra wire off of the back as well, just to keep it nice and clean all the way around. So yes, it is an insanely tedious process, and it has been just so much work, but man, am I just excited for the finished look. And then at the end, we'll pop a chalk line across the top and get all of the posts leveled out all the way along. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below, how it's turning out so far. So we're gonna go ahead and keep at it and keep knocking out the other side of the fence in the morning. And we're loading up the 3rd load of posts now. We had to come back here to the back of the ranch, and there's just a huge dip that the trailer rubs on so bad, but we're getting them all loaded. Even the exhaust tip almost hits right there. But man, are these big tex trailers just so low. Look how bad it drags. Oh my goodness. got some help, so we got the post really tied in there on the trailer. So we're gonna do one more huge load and hopefully have enough for the rest of the fence. Just got the third load of cedar all loaded down on the gooseneck, and we're gonna head back over to the property and unload them all, and hopefully this is our last load of post to complete the fence. Just got to the property and I'm starting to unload the cedar post all the way along the fence line so we can continue with the other side of the property. And since we only have that last stretch at the end, we ran out of post down there, so I went ahead and grabbed some of the good ones from the front here to finish off the last stretch. All right, everyone, it is the following day now, and we're just wrapping it up here at about 5 in the afternoon, and we got a ton of work knocked out on the entire cedar post fence, and I'm super excited to show you all the progress and how big of a difference we really made. I didn't want to show you all too much of the process because I know it gets repetitive. It is a very, very tedious project, and I know it kind of gets boring to watch, so we just went at it and knocked out a ton of work on the fence. So let's check out all of the progress. So as you may have already seen, we got the entire left side of the property done and left the space in the middle for the gate to mount in the custom gate once we get it made, and get a name for the ranch to put across it as well. And then moving on to the other side, you can see how massive of a span of cedar posts this is. We've got thousands of posts in this project, and wow, was it just a ton of work, days and days. But I am so excited with the finished product and how good this looks. You can see all of our clean ties in the back. We went ahead and cut away all the extra all the way along. And let me know what y'all think about how we did on the fence. But man, this shop house and ranch is just turning into an absolute compound, and I couldn't be happier. The work was definitely a lot, but I think it's very well worth it. So let me know what y'all think. And if you are enjoying the videos, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this and more over the entire shop house series. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the last small section in the morning, and then we're gonna go ahead, pop that chalk line, get all the entire top of the cedar post cut flush, and then check out the finished look at the end. But man, I'm excited and I'm very happy with how the shop house and ranch is turning out, and we finally have a privacy fence. But that's gonna wrap it up for today's work. So let's go ahead and hop in the OBS 7.3, get headed back to the house, and we'll continue on this project in the morning again. All right, everyone, it is the following day, and we have a ton of work knocked out on the fence and inside the shop house with the plumbing. So let's go ahead and check it all out. It's a beautiful day outside, so let's go ahead, hop in the shop house and see all the work that's been done. And let's just say the plumbing is complete because I'm running the hose inside the shop right now, and it is connected to all of our plumbing that we've done. Let's turn on some light in here, get the shop all lit up. And as you can see down here on the bottom, we finally have some plumbing in the entire shop. Super exciting and some great work. We just have a little bit left to do tying in all of the last pieces, but we are able to get everything ready to be tested. So we've got all of the drains underneath all completely sealed and finished. On the other side, we'll have a separate septic tank, and we'll pop it out the side of the barn and run it down to a new septic tank that we'll be putting in the ground. But as you can see, all of our drains are ready to go, and all of the shower drains have a trap so no smell goes back up into the showers. So let's go ahead, hop upstairs now and show y'all all of the real progress. Upstairs, yes, all of the electrical is complete, but as you can see now, into every bathroom, we have our blue and red PEX ran all the way up and through the ceiling everywhere, to the showers, to the sinks, all in the master bedroom. And you can see we're neatly got it all done. We're just waiting on the water heaters. We're gonna have one water heater tank on each side just to keep a ton of heat in here. And then you have your main PVC drain all ready to go as well. And then in the shower too, you can see we put the drain in the center, and all of the bathrooms also are all hooked up and ready to be set in place as well. And you've got your water ran to them also and throughout the house. And wow, is it really starting to actually look like a house now with everything all finally cleaned up and all the electrical and plumbing ran. We swept and cleaned and bagged all of the trash and it is just flawlessly clean in here. And as you can see, we've got everything hooked up for the washer with the trap for the smell so nothing comes back up and into the house. And then all of the lines are ran as well for the hot and cold here. And then wrapping around to the kitchen area, the sink is going to be mounted right in the center. So you've got your cold and hot lines there as well, ready to be all tapped into. And over here where the fridge is going to be, we have a line for the ice maker on it as well. Then moving to this side of the house, we have the guest half bathroom right here in the center. Everything is all plumbed, ready to be tapped into for the sink and the toilet. All the drains are ran. And then wrapping around between the two bedrooms, we have the main Jack and Jill bathroom. Sink is also ready with the drains, hot and cold, and the shower over here, we've got the drop downs ready to go also. We also installed all of the vents for the bathrooms in each room, and those also have a light on them as well. And it's so nice that all of the electrical, we can say, is completely done and ready to go. All we have to do is go and buy an interior panel box right here for all of the breakers so we can wire everything in completely. But man, it is just so exciting to finally see the house all cleaned up inside here, all of the electrical complete, the plumbing complete, and it's time to finally move on to the spray foam installation underneath the house. And I think we're gonna do the entire back wall as well. And then we can finally move on to the cabinets, the drywall, and all of the other really main things that actually bring the house together and start closing it in. And I'm just super excited. So now I just need to go ahead and buy a ton of parts from the store, all of the lighting for the entire house, all of the ceiling fans, and then a couple doors and just some accessories for the showers like the valves and everything so we can get it all ready to go. And we also finally finished the entire fence line across the whole front of the property. And man, was this just an insanely tedious project, but it just looks so good finished. All we have to do is chop off all of the taller posts and make them kind of even so it's a little bit smoother. But we even went all the way to the other side of the second gate on the property, as you can see, and it's just completely covered. Now we just need some custom gates to finish off the look. We had a ton of leftover posts that were crooked that weren't really sufficient for the fence. We also cleaned up all of the trees out on the front of the property and burnt all the little limbs to really open up and clean up this front area. But I'm done for the day. We've been hard at this project for the last 4 days, 8 to 5. So I'm gonna hop in the OBS 7.3, give y'all one drive-by of the fence and wrap up this video. I just took this truck in on trade and man, I gotta say, I actually really love it. And it's even 4-wheel drive as well. So coming down the road straight to my property, wow, that is just one heck of a fence that stretches across the entire property. And I think once we cut all of the little bit taller posts, it's just gonna look absolutely amazing. If y'all think it looks as good as I do, make sure to leave a like down below and comment and let me know how you think the progress turned out and if it was worth it, because man, this took us a complete 4 days to finish. But guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video on the Dream Shop House and the ranch. We just got a ton of work knocked out, completing the entire fence, the plumbing, and the electrical. I'm just super excited with how everything's turning out. And if y'all are enjoying, make sure to leave a like down below, comment, let me know what you thought about the video. And if you have any suggestions or recommendations for the ranch or the shop house, let me know down below as well. But if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, make sure to do so because that really pushes me and motivates me to keep making these videos for y'all. But other than that, if y'all did enjoy, I'll see you next time.